All right, and this is our Act 3.
Ooh. We know at least one thing, which is we're going to the right.
Gotta go for this one. The absolute least. I mean, it's not an awful path. There's also like a very early shot. We get a decent amount of money before it.
Yeah.
Do we want to take the question marks or the fights? Because I know there is cards we're still looking for, but the cards we're still looking for are also, some of them at least, rares. So getting them in a normal fight over getting them in a normal fight seems a much longer shot to take than to be like, I need some card pickups, so I'm gonna have to go to normal.
So there's some interesting under the hood here, which actually would be a consideration to go fights, which is the rare offset. Taking those 3 fights before the elite makes it dramatically more likely that we see a rare from the elite. But this might be one of those runs where the potential power of getting 999 gold with the Omamori intact and a guaranteed merchant is so huge that that's still correct. I'm super scared to not look at cards. Genuinely, I think this run is very winnable and also very tenuous. Like, and being able to see more disarms, being able to see more of those big block cards like that power through, like the impervious, like anything to help it get through. Sources of weakness. Honestly, this deck would love some sources of weak. There's still cards even in the common and uncommon pool that would dramatically improve our chances. I also think that we have a huge set of really powerful events right now. Getting 333 gold out of the Golden Idol turn-in, getting 999 gold out of I Am Rich. Heck, this deck even should be able to take double orb walkers. It'll cost us 35 health or something, but we can do it. So
feel a lot better about that with the fire potion.
Agreed. So yeah, I don't know. I tend to lean with you here. Actually, I think I like this triple event.
I'm glad you're sold on it, but I also feel a little about it. But I'm in the position. Oh God, Ryan.
We could play the whole hand.
Ryan, what'd you do there? I could have played the whole hand. Yeah.
It's okay. It's -6. It'll come out in the wash. I hope.
Yeah, fingers crossed. In particular, I also have like a point in a lot of my runs where I reach where I'm like, this. The precarity of this run is so high that taking a normal play might be the way I lose, and having to risk it might be the only way I win.
Yeah. I will say that if someone could tell me you are guaranteed, is Demon Form gonna make our blood for blood free? Oh, but then we can't second wind. Okay, so we have to flip the coin.
Second wind for the defense, I kind of prefer.
Oh, that's true. That's a line. I guess my only Yeah, I think you're right. Flex, second wind, and play the card.
Oh, you want to do the flex first? I was going to burn it. I guess there isn't that much damage left in the deck, so yeah,
I like doing the flex. That way we can win next turn. Okay, if we're lucky, we get some heal. Because second wind plus feel no pain makes the single demon form a ton of block, right? Ooh, are you digging?
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Havoc, hit the thing, sauce me. It's just it's not interested, huh?
No sauce for us.
It's okay. We're very healthy.
I think these bloats are solutions to the problem that we have right now.
I agree. It's one of those runs to where every card is so... Love the removal here. It's awesome.
Strike.
Yeah, agreed. I have no idea what I was about to say, by the way.
Sorry about that.
This is one of those runs that have done it. It's all good.
That is a weird thing as well. We were talking about in the end of the last video how you can get so in the moment, and then as soon as you're shocked out of it, it's like, wait, hang on, what was any of the thing?
Where am I? Yeah.
Ooh.
Start asking you. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
So if we defend, strike, then we play combust. Either that makes the demon form 0 cost all the dual wield, and then we can play all the rest of it.
And then we play them all. That's right.
Yeah.
This is so good. And it's super good because we need a full heal on this fight.
Wait a minute. How did I miscount?
How did I miscount? Well, that's the end of the ladder streak. Well, it's going to be an awkward path.
I am very confused. I want to know what I had in hand. What did I do?
There was a we played 3 energy worth of stuff. We were thinking of the combust as refunding energy, when in fact it was. What we needed to do was it was the other way. It was dual wield demon form first and get one of them free. We could have done it. It was strike, defend, dual wield the demon form, play combust, and then play out all the demon forms. But I would still dual wield this demon form for what it's worth. Because we're going to go down to like 2 health, and then we're going to Reaper to full.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're not even going to worry, like, blocking
in
advance.
No,
okay,
no.
Cool.
We're going to take a ton of damage, and we need to, like, kill the outside ones as soon as we can. But once we get some strength online.
How about right now?
Love it.
Oh,
love it.
Did I need to land that second one?
No. No. This is going to be fine.
46. Yeah, so the combust would have taken care of it.
I would definitely start the Burning Pact train, but I might Burning Pact the defend here, just because I want to double tap the back line or something. Yeah, like flex, double tap, blood for blood, and kill off the back line. Or even kill the middle one, leave the back line. Oh, can we? How much heal do we get off of double tapping Reaper?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if we use the strike right now and then double tap the Reaper, you have 12 health left, so we get all of your 12, and then we get 16, so 12, 16. 12, 16 with a 6 heal and then a 2 heal as well at the start of the next combat. So 12, 16 is 28, 34, it's 36. That's good enough, I think.
I think that's good enough. I agree. Especially given how precarious it's going to be with the lack of demon forms, I think it's correct. It's good. 75 is solid. Ooh. We are on 5 energy. I do think Clothesline is a really good block.
Okay, good.
I'm sad to leave the Burning Pack behind, I'm not going to lie.
I was almost going to snap pick that.
Oh, that's the worst. That's really unfortunate.
It is, but also I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm like, nah. I mean, Evolve maybe. Evolve is actually a lot better with the Modified.
I think I found our winning line, Rhapsody.
Is it Evolve blind?
No, I think it's Dropkick.
Are we a dual wield Dropkick deck now?
Yeah, I think we are.
Against the heart?
Yeah, I know. I also think this is dumb and bad. But we can also dual wield Reaper. So it's at least a line. And going infinite against the Act 4 elites is one way to win that fight.
Yeah, but we'd have to apply vulnerability to them 2 times. We have 1 bash and 1 disarm and 1 clothesline in the deck. How are we gonna do? What we would need like an intimidate or something like that to add in.
Yeah, I don't disagree that this is totally madness.
Is it ever take the dropkick in case, then go to the next shop?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not putting my life on the fact that this dropkick will win, but with 25 cards at this stage, with all of the exhaust that we have, it is at least possible, if not probable, that becomes the way that we win the run. I've seen it happen enough times that I know that it can be the way that we win. And it makes me wonder if we take the Evolve.
Can I pitch another line?
Yeah. Please do.
It's
Please convince me this line
expensive.
is dumb.
It would be take and hold the dupe potion for double playing the demon form in the final fight without having to need setup, because we need that just out as early as we possibly can in the heart fight.
That's also energy for what it's worth, so it's just a really strong potion. Yeah.
And then it would be back to the original play of go to the next shop and just look.
If we do that, we're left with 175 gold. 100, yeah. Do we go card removal here because then we get another card removal in the next? Or
that robs us of the ability to take a common relic in the next area.
That's true. What common relics are we really excited about? Vajra?
Common relics, Vajra, bag of preparation.
Yeah, both bags. Bag of marbles too actually is solid.
Yeah, just remove that artifact.
I think you're right. I think I like that line. I think dupe pot, buy nothing else, go to the next. Good. But I had to at least pitch the harebrained idea that somehow I've just seen it. I've seen dropkick win runs. And I know it could potentially win this one, as outlandish as that seems.
That's totally okay. I'm not totally against just picking up a Shrug It Off a True Grit and then running away. Or even like a card removal as well.
What about this toolbox? How do you feel about toolbox, Rhapsody?
Okay. I anchored to the value of toolbox when it made things 0 cost. Sure, it allows you to choose your card now, but now that they're no longer 0 cost, Apotheosis is so much worse of a get. It's hard. Your magnetism. I mean, magnetism's actually a little easier for us because we have the modified hand as well.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's so. My first line actually that I saw was removal shrug, which I think is solid. I also really like discovery here. Actually, It does something similar to Toolbox, except that we don't have a bag of prep. Our turn 1 is a little weak, and it's part of why we're struggling, and that's something that Toolbox really genuinely helps with. And something like an Apotheosis in the Heart Fight, it could be a huge deal, right? Because we're not getting any upgrade on that Demon form, realistically. Or even a Master of Strat to get started. There's a lot of things that this could hit Dark Shackles in the deck. But I think either of those is the line. I think it's either Shrug card removal or it's Toolbox. And I really like Toolbox.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I do think I'm unfairly anchoring there.
What's it going to be? Ooh. Okay. Is it Magnetism or Chrysalis? Probably Magnetism, right?
I think it's Magnetism.
Yeah. How well do we outscale this fight? Pretty well.
Depends how soon we get the demon form, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess at least we get to double tap bash this turn.
Oh, I should have disarmed. I'm making a couple small procedural problems, although I also probably could use the second wind to burn the defender.
It's true that we could have technically gotten some, like, whatever, 5-7 more damage on that turn. I suspect that does not win or lose this fight. I suspect what wins or loses this fight is the ability to, like, perfectly set up, right? I love playing the violence here, by the way. Just to get rid of everything that's not demon form.
Anger, clothesline, bludgeon.
Yeah, I like that. I know, it's such an intense run. I think both of us are getting those sighs of like, wow. There's a lot going on.
This
hand is solid. Okay, so where is dual wield?
It's left in the deck.
So what I really like is Burning Pact the Strike and then Thinking Ahead. Between those two things together, it's fairly likely that we can set up the dual wield with the demon form. It's okay. Now we have dual wield in the next hand, demon form on top. It's fine. I think this does it.
Demon form back up.
This does it. Yeah.
So this is kind of like the dual wield demon form being back in the deck based on what we had the ability to put back on top of the deck is effectively what I wanted to do with the double tap bludgeon with a war cry, but we're using all different cards to do it.
Yeah, we're using our toolbox to make a magnetism to make a thinking ahead to do it. Thinking ahead is just better war cry.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funky, right? Definitely don't Havoc. That's the I know you know, but
really,
that's the
not that.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Oh god. Hey, the True Grit also guarantees that we actually set this up, like no matter what we draw. Oh, that's kind of awkward though. That is awkward. Wow, I think we're about to True Grit Reaper.
Do we?
What if it's True Grit Flex, dual wield demon form? I don't want to play the dupe pot here.
No, you're right. It's True Grit the Reaper.
If this demon form is fast enough, and I think it is, then it'll be okay that we did this. Like, I don't think we're not stalling this fight, that's for sure. Definitely not stalling this fight. I'm wishing right now that we had a Heavy Blade Plus. You know what I mean? Just to really close it, but I think we'll be okay. Ooh,
I think we just burn all of them, right?
Yeah, just second wind it with the Feel No Pain. That's like a full block on this turn. Sets up the Vuln, sets up more weak, and then...
I like that we got the clothesline exactly as the boss was starting to deal their real damage.
No lie. The deck is pretty small, and we're cycling it pretty fast.
Do we just Burning Pact the defend here and just try and go all out for damage in the next 2 turns?
Yeah, I like Good Instincts, Burning Pact defend, and maybe even double tap and Havoc first in case it bludgeons. You play the Good Instinct, right, too? Ooh, more anger. Actually, that's good.
Smallest.
Nice. I think we're fast enough. Can we win on this turn? Or can we produce enough? Oh, we can Madness Bludgeon, so we should be able to win this turn, right?
We can, but Madness is either going to hit the Burning Pact or the Bludgeon unless we use the Burning Pact first, and then we introduce more variables into the hand.
Oh,
I think we already have the kill in hand though. It's just, do we want to? No, wait, we bludgeon. The Reaper's out of the deck. We just go for the kill.
Yeah, we're definitely getting the kill. Yeah, agreed. What I was gonna say was that mostly Burning Pact is drawing Angers, so it's not gonna cost much. Potion Belt, that's a way to win.
Headbutt.
That's a way to win.
I want Headbutt for managing the Demon Form and the Reaper after we go past them. Yeah,
I agree. It's so important that we can set things up. A Warcry does that a little bit, but I like the Headbutt.
The Warcry does that in the single hand. The Headbutt does that for the whole discard pile.
Do you want a transmutation here?
On turn 1, is anyone attacking? Spikes, so no. Your Explodey, so yes. And then backline, so no. Yeah, I could transmutation.
Because transmutation could, like, as an example, get us Hand of Greed, and then that would be one way to... It can do some stuff.
Ooh, do we just strike first and then play out all the powers before it?
Yes, for sure, because that's a 2-cost hand, and we still have 4 energy to transmute. That's crazy. That is a solid start. That's
they cost
crazy.
0 this turn. Wait, but they cost 0 this turn, but they might build something else that costs more.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. We should definitely play transmutation first. You're definitely right, because it could. Yes. Okay, Apotheosis, right? The Mind Blast. We just get the kill. We're just like able to kill things. It's so crazy.
This if only that was X+1.
I know. I know.
Do throw the Metamorphosis.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. It's so much damage. Yes, kill it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the kill with the damage though.
That was amazing. Okay, if that turn didn't make you fall in love at least a little bit with transmutation, the card is so rad.
I'll admit there's definitely a little bit of love for it now. Sure.
Right?
Sure. I remember when it used. Oh god, what was its full effect that it used to have? Because I remember that it didn't make things 0 cost, and it was like you couldn't use it because it was an X cost.
Oh man. Yeah, was that how it worked?
I can't remember exactly what it was.
There's something else. I can't remember, but you're right. There's something that generates cards, and then you're like, well, I played an X cost, and I have a 2-cost card in hand. Yep. I like the Sword Boomerang Plus a lot. I've decided that
strength scale.
The Rage was a consideration.
I was looking at that as well. That was my pull up, and I was like, the thing is, we have turns that we play attacks, and then we have turns where we don't play any attacks, and I don't want to end up with Rage in the latter. Yeah,
but like towards the end of the fight when you've got all of the angers, right? So just as a quick note, I think this was obvious to you, and this was obvious to me too, but it's actually kind of a tricky little thing. It is 100% worth it to open that chest, and I would go right here too because we don't have any money. Not really. I would rather save up for a good Act 4 shop with the Potion Belt, I think, because I believe this deck can beat Time Eater. I really do. At this point.
Okay.
So you cannot get I Am Rich after the first something like 6 or 7 floors of Act 3. Oh my gosh, this is really solid. Oh my gosh.
Trip. Sources of Vulnerable. Yeah. I mean, yes, Panache is like it's decent as well.
It's good,
I think
but
it's
this is not the time
as well.
Yeah. And you know how I feel about Panache. I've definitely made my case for Panache.
Yeah, made it extremely well.
What about another Magnetism, actually? What about another Magnetism?
I mean, we don't have one in the deck.
Yeah, there's only the one that we sometimes get from Toolbox. I really like it. I think what we've seen from Toolbox in 2 fights is that even when you've played Slay the Spire for thousands of hours, it's still hard to accept how good random cards really are, right? You're like, it's one random card. How good is that? Dead Branch, it turns my exhausted cards into random cards. How good is that? It's like crazy good.
That's what I'm saying. Like in particular for Dead Branch, I was a holdout for a huge period of time, and the joke was Raps doesn't take it.
Yeah, it turns out it's just one of the best relics in the game because random cards are really good. They're way better than Strike and Defend.
I mean, just monster strategy.
Yeah, there was at least a moment where I thought about Chrysalis, right? But I think the setup is good. Okay.
We could double Bludgeon this turn.
We could with Bludgeon, Headbutt, Havoc, Bludgeon.
The only thing is that's 1, 2, 3. Wait, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't leave us the ability to play the Clothesline. So if you end up on a bad attack,
it does feel like Clothesline is important, doesn't it? Do we ever? Yeah, because we want this. We want to minimize the damage taken this turn, but maximize setup. So do we ever Havoc? Just because like at least has a chance of hitting a power? Or like Burning Pact the Cleave and look at more cards?
I'm thinking Burning Pact the Cleave more than Havoc.
Okay.
Because then that also gives us the ability to just second wind for defense.
Okay. I like it. Once again, we're in a position, nice, to where if we can just survive long enough to get our demon form to scale us a little bit, we play Reaper once and we win. And especially now that we actually have some blocks in the deck. So good.
I'm thinking Clothesline, Sword Boomerang, give up on attacking past that point, and then decide what we do afterwards for defense or non-defense.
Definitely Clothesline. I might even skip Sword based on what the second attack is. The problem with Sword here is if we play it, well, I guess we can block Parasite with Omamori, but if we take... I like that we're not currently getting vulnerable. Getting vulnerable this turn is really bad.
Yeah, that's why the Bludgeon feels real bad to just throw despite being a lot of damage.
Yeah. Maybe then it's just True Grit something, like True Grit, Havoc, True Grit. Are we going to headbutt anything? Is there anything behind us we want? Like, do we want
I mean, we
the
could
Burning Pact?
replay the Clothesline.
Yeah, or even just the Burning Pact so that it's faster to get, like, we're just doing everything we can to get our powers online, right?
Yeah, we should be. Okay.
I think so.
I can do that.
Lots of times the way that I think about decks like this is, at this point, what this deck wants to do is survive for some number of turns between 5 and 10, and then full heal and leave, right? That's the objective. And so I'm all about, like, get rid of... I True Grit and I Havoc and I Second Wind every card in this deck that does not block or say Reaper or Strength or, you know, something.
Do we just take this hit? Because we can get away with the bash, that's fine. It's just, do we take the hit rather than re-roll it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, could you give us a quick lowdown, if you have it off the top of your head, of the kinds of things you're wanting to stay on and wanting to shuffle away from in Writhing Mass fights?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the fight, right? Like, right now, we can, as an example, afford to take Parasite, and we might choose to on one turn, because we have Omamori, and we're not likely to see more curses from here. Like, what's on the map? We could maybe get the Writhe from the heal or something. We're probably taking the Elite, so we won't see any more curses. This is one to roll away from, just because that's vulnerable, and the vulnerable then followed by the big hit is like 51 damage. 12 in block is fine. The multi-attack is fine before you're vulnerable. And with Disarm online, we're like pretty safe.
Do we want to just throw out the demon form, or are we trying to use it for more scaling? Cool.
Yeah, I like it, especially with the Disarm online now. We just keep True Gritting away all of our strikes and stuff. Block as hard as we can for a while. Yeah. Oh, dual wield that Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That plus Dork Shackles means that this nerd is done.
Can't believe this nerd was trying to find us.
Dork Shackles, sorry. I just love that card. I guess we should take it. I guess we should just not interrupt. Oh, and Magnetism can help too, right? Like, Magnetism feeds us transmutation.
I'm just worried about whether or not we play the Havoc with the Reaper still in the deck if we're trying to go for the heal. I mean, we have to heal in the next space anyway. We have no choice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So we don't.
I think we just go for the kill.
Okay, I dig it. As long as, if we're gonna do that, we just want to make sure not to, like, take a bunch of damage doing it.
It's totally fine.
But yeah, I agree. Pretty much you just avoid the vulnerable. That's the big thing to avoid. And that's the small hit. It's the only debuff, I think, at this stage. Yeah. Ooh.
Do we just leave that defend, or do we double tap and anger? Because, like, even if we become vulnerable now, we're probably killing next turn because the pen nibs up.
Yeah, I would double tap this anger.
Right.
Heck yeah. We're not going to take any damage here. It sets us up.
Right.
Not going to take any damage. XD.
It's fine. The game always looks to prove you wrong. As soon as you say anything, you just gotta get used to. Oh, nice. Gotta get used to. Do we just want a ghostly armor? Like, because even if it exhausts, it's something from Feel No Pain, but it's also like a decent single block card. Or are we just relying on doing tricky things in the heart fight?
I'd skip it. Okay. I'd skip it. Yeah. I think we're relying on doing tricky things. That's such a funny way to put it.
I mean, it's just how it feels, right? Non-traditional block, right?
I would play Mayhem in this fight.
It is going to cost us 2 energy on turn 1, though. I'm looking at the Jack of all trades just because I want, like, possibly to fish for anything that does damage more immediately.
Well, Mayhem pays for something. It's a power.
It does. Let's try it.
I like it. I like it. Ooh, I like the pendant cleave too. I like it all. And we might end up using a fire pot in this fight. I'd rather have it to help do that like 1 milli damage that we have to do to kill off Spire Shield.
I don't like throwing away the Dark Shackles to defend, but I also think that we have to go faster in this fight.
This fight is not a multi-cycle fight, yeah. I'm with you. At least it's pretty rare. With only 1 unupgraded disarm, if we had like 2 disarm pluses in the deck, then and we can keep from getting too many wounds, or we had evolve, then I think we could multi-cycle, but I don't think it's happening for us. Ooh, do you dual wield magnetism?
I was thinking of dual wielding the anger just because it means that if we do go into a second cycle, none of the daggers ever touch us. But I'm also looking at double tap Havoc first.
I like it. And we want to kill off all of these daggers right now. I like it a lot. Yeah. Super aggressive fight.
2. And then the next one's duped as well, so throw it against the back line, kill the front line.
Very cool.
Do we want to use the block potion? We are going to heal here, and then we're also going to heal as we enter the boss fight. But we also have a full complement of these already.
It's true. I think between the heal and the pantograph, like the block potion, if the block potion gets to the heart fight, it's 12 more health, which is like maybe that first cycle. There are better potions. I think our ideal potion setup would be an artifact potion, the dupe pot, and heck, maybe like a handful of power pots.
Oh, I'd love that.
You know?
Just
liquid memories
energy
to play around the dual wield Reaper thing. The angers, man.
I kind of want to put the dual wield back on top of the deck because we've still got all of our powers in there.
Yeah. No, Rhapsody, you can't just play anger. You have to think about your plays.
Anger go brrr. Should I just Reaper for a little bit HP right now?
Yeah. I think we're just attacking Reptomancer basically from here, right? Yeah, like is there some way to what's ahead of us? Is there any way to make this bludgeon free and then to win with it?
Possibly a Feel No Pain or a Combust, but it'd have to be pretty good hit with it.
So do you Burning Pact Strike and try to like dual wield Feel No Pain to make a whole hand for you?
Okay, yeah, because the transmutation is never going to be affected by the cost reduction of the other. I was just going to burn the transmutation, and you know, in a vacuum, I would have done that immediately as well, though.
Yeah. Unlucky. The sword boomerang is really good. That's good, at least. Yeah, maybe dual wield sword boomerang and just push. That might just be a win, actually.
Oh God.
It's pretty close. Bingo.
40. It's exact.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
Nice lethal. Good, yes. Very restful.
So you did have all of the health.
How about...
I'm not against a metallicize. If it gets dual wielded, it's fine. If it doesn't,
it's really not awful. Dual wield metallicize is a real thing. Yeah. So at this point, our deck strategy is take things that are good dual wield and double tap targets, basically. And that's enough, maybe. You know, I like it. It's good in Time Slug too, actually.
I'm also looking at this, and Fear Potion having on hand the ability to remove some of the artifact from the heart.
Yeah, or even just to push down Spire Shield, Spire Spear faster. Question is, what is it better than?
That's exactly the problem. Like, Fire Potion? No?
Probably.
Maybe?
Maybe better than Fire Pot. It's a lot of damage. Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably do it. I'd probably drop the Fire Pot here, yeah.
I'm sold. You're debuffing us. Wait, does it always debuff turn 1? Because
No.
Yeah.
50-50. That's an Ascension 17 thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That high Ascension AI. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. Coin flip. The magnetism that we added to the deck, I'm so happy that this is value via powers.
We have Headbutt, Burning Pact, and Havoc in the hand. Do we want to use the Burning Pact to draw something first? Because we have a lot of manipulation.
Yes, maybe blow up. Wait, do we play Chrysalis first? Because then we have free skills too.
Okay.
Chrysalis burning back like the True Grit. Whoa, nice.
Quite a set of draws there.
No lie.
Let's do it.
It feels funny. It's like sometimes our job is to get rid of the True Grit, and sometimes our job is to defend it and use it to thin the deck. I'm all over it. Ooh. Well, yeah, go ahead.
I could headbutt a trip back to the top of the deck and then Havoc just to continue the vulnerability for a couple extra turns. Because, like, in those extra turns, we will definitely reach the pen nib. If that happens to be on a blood for blood or a bludgeon, that's a kill.
I'll tell you this. Whatever path you pick, as long as it wins before dying, it's correct. Because we have Regal Pillow, Pantograph, and we have to rest.
Okay.
So just whatever you like, you could do it.
Sure. So, in the Time Eater fight, are there any special considerations we need to make with this deck?
Yes. I think that our strategy of flooding with anger is still not necessarily wrong. It's just different. Like, we have to be careful. Playing a million cards for value is not going to be the line. I think generically the strategy against Time Eater is get Wow, we made an offering? That was from the Chrysalis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is get value out of powers, right? If you can. And so looking to... Ooh, out of Rupture.
We do have a Combust in the deck.
I'm not going to say it's great, but I might still click on it. But yeah, just to get a powers up and to thin everything down. It's going to look a lot like Bronze Automaton, with even more emphasis on not playing cards if they're not doing more than like 40 damage.
Ooh. Secret technique makes it easier to set up the right hands at the right time. We can use Headbutt to get it back to the top of the deck if we need.
Well, we can't because it'll exhaust. But
if we play it, that's the thing, because we might not play it on turn 1.
True. Good point. I like it. I like the secret technique. Okay. There's a line where we win with Bomb, but it's not the line I think we should play. Yeah, so I'm all over just anything that draws, anything that deletes strikes, anything that gets us, like, I would True Grit this Cleave even, and then move on.
Okay.
Call that a turn. It's, like, not great, but... And we're about to take a ton of damage. Oh, Clothesline. And this might be a turn where I literally just play the Clothesline, not even the bash.
I mean, I guess there's not that much damage left in the deck past that point.
The safest line, we get a full heal afterwards. The safest line is to play nothing other than defense until we've whittled the deck and played out the powers. Especially with Disarm live, Disarm and like potentially dual-wielded Metallicize, we can actually stall here and then get to a position where there's no risk. Playing the more aggressive path, you know, maybe it actually wins faster, but it opens us up to some risk. We just don't have to take it.
Do we even bother defending?
I would probably play the one defend. If we were frail or something, I would skip, but I would probably play the one defend. I know.
21 damage and we're just passing it up.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I know. It's really weird. But like, think about it, right? If we manage to dual wield Demon Form, as an example, the amount of damage that produces is so much more. Can we play them all this turn, other than Dark Shackles? We can, right?
Oh yeah.
We can guarantee
just strike first and then just play them.
We might not even have to strike, because if we feel no pain and it hits the strike, then we still can Magnetism Demon Form.
Yep.
And that saves us one card. Bingo.
So it's 5-card next hand? Because I think it's easy for us to play a 4-card next hand and let you grow off that and then leave ourselves with 12 the turn after.
That's a good point. This might be the time to strike just to make it easier to line up the clock. Yeah. I agree. Nice.
Good
cool
instinct,
hand.
defend, disarm?
Yeah.
So do we never play the anger in this fight so that we can line things up better? Like
I think we play it next cycle. Because at that point our strength is high enough that we can close the fight. And this is like just my opinion, right? This is one path through, and one of the things I love about Slay the Spire is there's lots of paths through.
It is definitely one path through. It's just like I will, unless I already have a extremely clear, very obvious, easily repeatable way to abuse things, I will just throw in the extra value here and there. I'm also not very common to take 32 cards for me is quite a large deck still. I'm not very common to take a large deck and then whittle it down to the core strategy in a battle. I will do that in the meta level. I will do that in shops, I'll do that in events, and I'll do that through not taking that many things.
It's a hard way to play, genuinely. It is, but it's like the superpower that Ironclad has. By the way, there's a really cool hand here that I really like, which is play the dual wield probably dual wield Sword Boomerang and don't play them just to have a saturation of strength scaling cards, and then Headbutt dual wield so that we can likely dual wield Metallicize next turn.
Like it.
Or Rupture.
Like it a lot. If given the choice, would we go for the Rupture or the Metallicize as a priority?
I think I pick Metallicize, but I'm not sure.
Well, thankfully we don't have to make the choice.
Easy decisions. Yeah. It's so good. It's like we have 12 block every turn now. Pretty nice. Next turn Combust Rupture and then we're solid. And then we've won. Yeah.
Next turn Combust Rupture. That takes us to 8. It's just I'm worried about the final 2 cards and the next ticker after that, whether or not we just we shouldn't just throw it Blood for Blood. It does no damage this turn anyway.
Yeah, I would hold. I think we're okay. We have enough cheapy cards in the deck.
There's our strength. Hey, Metamorphosis. Whoa! Hello, dual wield.
Can it dual wield Rupture?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it can.
Cool.
We have to play the Combust and then Metamorphosis, right?
Yeah, because if we don't Combust, we don't actually get the value. 16 block. So crazy.
It's super solid.
Now we can win. Like Bash, Sword Boomerang, Clothesline, we just win.
Do we want to halve him this turn? Because we are about to be. Is this also weak at this point?
Oh god, I get Time Eater has 2 debuffs, and I get them confused. Let me look real quick. I have the power. I'll look it up now.
Excellent. While you do that, I'm going to look at the rest of the deck and see if there's anything in particular that I'm looking towards.
Love this, by the way.
We do have the pen nib up at 6 and vulnerability on the Time Eater, so it's not entirely unlikely that next turn we would be able to drop a pretty big either Heavy Blade, Blood for Blood, Sword Boomerang, or a Bludgeon with the pen nib active.
Heck yeah.
Especially
okay, so this is Vuln and weak. And so I think we should strike and push. I think we should strike and
Let's
push.
do it.
The other debuff is the damage one, and that includes the draw reduction in the slimes. Although it's not slimes at this stage. That's Ascension 19 thing. But
Should
yeah,
we
isn't it weird?
for
Like,
the second
I still
card
get
draw?
them confused.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I still get them confused as well. Like there are a fair few things here that I've had to clarify with you. Obviously, like one of them being the is it consistently the wrap on turn 1, because I oftentimes jump from I'll play Ascension 15 or Ascension 20 for a casual run, and then I play the dailies, and the dailies are all Ascension 0. So I constantly jump between these two different, like, the enemies have different attack patterns, they have different numbers to them, and it's completely destroyed my ability to keep in mind a single core of what they do.
Yep, particularly when enemies have multiple debuffs. By the way, can we win here without using Pen Nib? Is Sword Boomerang Headbutt enough?
No. Is it?
Like
That's
for like a double tap we can play or something?
It is. But it will use the Pen Nib because we have to Sword Boomerang Headbutt to get it back to the top of the deck, Pommel Strike to draw it.
In that case, I think we're still trying to win, but we're trying to do it with as many card plays as possible. So maybe it's like Headbutt and attack, and then Pommel Strike and play that attack, and then Reaper, and then Sword Boomerang.
I was thinking Apotheosis for the double draw from the Pommel Strike in order to give us stuff like that, but...
Okay. Is there a free attack behind us?
There shouldn't be. No. There's Impatience.
Oh, but there's... there's a... Wait. There's a dual wield. Crap. But then we would have to use the Pommel Strike to get to it. I was like, we can dual wield this free attack. And then play lots of attacks, but... Do we have free attacks in front of us?
We do, just the anger though. Oh, and the Heavy Blade from the other one. Also Blood for Blood, Rampage. There's a lot of them actually in there.
I like your line. It's good.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Wait.
Not quite lethal.
No, it is. It's Headbutt, then Sword Boomerang.
And then use it with the pen?
Yep.
Is that worth? I guess so.
I think it is.
Some consideration there to like Reaper and just get almost a full heal and then stall to get Pen Nib higher, but there is also like the loan we take out against our own sanity every time we make a play like that.
it's quite large loan.
Yeah, it is.
The interest is high.
It is. It is. GG, by the way. This is one of those runs. You know, I love ladder for this because you'll have some runs where you're just silly and you just win. It's got to be dollies, right? Ritual potion. Can we afford ritual potion afterwards? Maybe ritual potion's better than dollies. But anyway, to say it quickly, because this is a super fascinating shop. Sometimes you just win, and sometimes you're on Ascension 2, and you're in a position where you have to play really tight. And I think that's fun.
It's weird because like a lot of ours on the low Ascensions for going for the heart have been quite tight, but it's also because we're playing things that are less straightforward decks a lot of the time.
Yep. But they're powerful. They just require a lot of thought. And it's easy to take for granted that it's Ascension 2. It's still the heart. I think Ascension 1 heart. I think Ascension 1 heart may be a harder challenge than when Ascension 15 was the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like a big thing to say, but the heart is just a different dimension.
The way it makes you build around it in order to not only get to it, but then to actually thrive during it, I think actually does make the point that you're making there.
If your only goal was to get the Act 3 boss, like we could get there much more consistently, I think.
Also because you have to hold things that you previously would have blown on the Act 3 boss, like all of your potions and stuff like that. Yeah, we can afford Dolly's Mirror in the cult.
Too bad. What would we dollies? We can?
Yes, we can.
Then that's gotta be the line, right?
What is the dollies on? I might be missing it. Is it dual wield?
I'm thinking dual wield. The options are dollies one of the particular powers, right? Like dollies feel no pain, dollies disarm even is pretty good. Dollies Reaper, dollies demon form. Like I think there are about 4 or 5 cards in this deck that are worth spending 144 gold to double.
I think doubling dual wield doubles the rest of them.
Yep, I agree. It's been like the strongest card in the deck, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Which is something that I just kind of generically think. I just think it's really, really strong.
Is it colorless or a fear?
Colorless, fear, or block, right? I'm thinking... Okay, let's actually think about the Act 4 Elite fight first.
It is going to be really, really rough, but also, if we keep the Fear Potion, we should have the ability to either weaken one, then fear them, or fear them and then weaken them relatively early on, because they will have the artifact.
We can afford to take 33 damage, right? 35, because of Pantograph, Burning Blood, and Blood Vial.
I honestly, like, the colorless potion for me is a lot of the time, it will either find perfect cards or it will find 3 things that have no impact whatsoever on the board.
We bought a toolbox.
Yeah,
it's okay. I would do the same thing. The reason is actually not that I don't think it's powerful, but that I think we need the deterministic power of Fear Pot for this fight. I think it's decently likely that we use the Fear Pot here. How much damage is Mind Blast?
28. Draw 5, so yeah, 28. 2 for 28 is actually not like great in our deck.
Yeah.
It might be Swift Strike.
Like or even Madness to like help if we do draw one of those expensive cards and we want to make sure we can play it, or to draw through, like to get the demon form free.
Wield, it's wild as well. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's try that.
Yeah, and to Madness dual wield me, we can bring it back, right?
Madness hang on.
This is pretty sweet. This is a strong hand.
So it is. It's just
okay. I have one idea.
Okay, can I throw mine first?
Yeah, please, of course.
We throw Combust. We throw double tap. The Combust has made something. Double tap first, sorry. We throw the double tap first. We throw the Combust. Oh, no, but that'll hit the No. The only thing is, like, we need Combust not to hit Madness, and we need Madness not to hit Combust, because then both of them can make these 2 cost less.
Well, the good news is, if we get the whole hand free-ish, Madness can still make Bludgeon permanently free, and I think that's actually a winning line for us to be able to headbutt Bludgeon or bring it back. There's a lot of strong plays. It's a little tricky, right? Here's the one thing that I want to say before you start playing the hand.
Yes.
One thing that I think is a really solid consideration is to throw down Dark Shackles and then Fear Pot, because we're going to be double tapping Bludgeon. That's like lethal on Spire Shield on turn 1 or something.
I'm happy to just take that lethal hit right now.
Right? That's huge.
When do we play Combust in the turn, though?
Maybe we don't. Maybe it's Burning Pact the Combust and double tap and like try to line Madness on Bludgeon. And in the worst case, we draw something else that's expensive, and then what is it? It's like demon form or something? It's going to be a power, right?
Here's hoping.
I guess it could be blood for blood, and that would be actively bad. But I think the odds are low. Yeah, this is perfect. Well, it's not perfect.
I mean, we miss out on one of the double taps.
1, 2, 3. Oh no, it is perfect. It is.
Yeah.
It is. We can get. We can even do this. We can go. Strike, double tap, cleave, madness, double bludgeon. It works. It works.
Wait, double tap, cleave, then. Oh yeah, no, you can actually include. Okay, cool. Yeah.
As long as strike is first. Are we gonna do the vulnerable?
No, because if we're double tapping cleave, that's 50 damage. That's.
Well,
strike,
what about killing Spire Spear? What about killing Spire Spear?
Oh yeah, we can do that if we go for the Dark Shackles. Yeah. Okay.
I think we should do that.
I think
that's sweet, because that's what's attacking us next turn anyway, right? Strike, double tap, cleave, madness, double bludgeon. Holy crap. That's a crazy turn 1.
You are absolutely kidding me.
It's okay.
It's fine, honestly, 35 HP.
Honestly, we've got the lethal next turn, and that was so worth. That was so worth.
Never mind, it's just giving us 1 HP back.
Yeah, we love to heal. Love it. I still think that's the turn 1, even knowing that it was 1 off. I still think that's the turn 1.
Yeah, agreed. I kind of just want to second wind defend for as much as possible, so
agreed,
that we don't,
and we have Feel No Pain live. That's a huge block. It's good. It's awesome. We're just like trying to maximize health going into the next fight now, right? And I think from here we just kind of win. In fact, is it dual wield headbutt and headbutt the bludgeon?
Dual wield headbutt and headbutt the double tap and the bludgeon back to the top of the deck. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I'm always a big fan of double tap headbutt and using the second trigger of it to put the headbutt back on top of the deck. So
you
good.
can bring back dual wield, double tap, and bludgeon, and the bludgeon is permanently free. You can do it all. We can play bludgeon next turn like 6 times.
Unfortunately, the enemy's health pool is not going to allow us to do that.
That's true.
But we should probably play things other than the bludgeon for the sake of the pen nib.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, getting pen nib to a higher number is a real consideration. But to have 5 free bludgeons in hand, you know, it moves you, right? It moves you. That bridge is so good. It's so good. Oh man. Oh, that's huge.
We have so many ways of exhausting that, and we're energy light on the turns that we're getting that many things exhausted. I think we take the Sentient. Sentient! Ah!
Sentinel, Sentient,
Sentry.
Sentry, the actual other thing. Sure, we should take it just for the joke.
Really? I think it'll actually be useful.
No, I think it's good too. I'm just laughing about the Sentinel, Sentry, Sentient. Whatever.
This one's just the master strategy, right?
Yeah, big agree. Okay, so what are the potions we're playing in turn 1?
Cultist and Strength, obviously.
Okay. Are we master first? Yeah.
I think we're okay taking like the HP damage.
I think we actively want to, right? To maximize our chances of being able to. Oh man. Oh, we're making cards. We're true gritting Sentinel, right? We're making cards.
Let's do it. Hey!
There it is. There's the goodies. Nice. All right. Well,
was that ever duplication potion on the dual wield? So. No, we would have had to empty the hand as well.
I think we're still planning to dupe something like demon form, because we do still need to do 750 damage, and we can't spend 14 turns doing it like Time Eater.
So, do we want more angers in the deck as ways to deliver our damage?
Yes.
To dilute out the stuff that's being put in?
Yeah, I think double tapping anger is great, because by the time we're redrawing this deck, we're just winning.
I also kind of want to hold here rather than play any of these for double damage.
I don't know. I think I'm just pushing. They're all free.
Okay.
I get the value, get the biggest one out. We're gonna wrap the pen nib for sure. Obviously, it would be cool to get the crazy like double tapped bludgeon or whatever. Awkward. I wish I had draw here, right? Well, Havoc is draw, actually. Havoc is double draw. I actually really like Trip Havoc, because whatever Havoc does, it at least draws. Unfortunate to lose double tap, but it's okay. It's okay. Dead Branch will replace anything we need. You just ask Dead Branch. you know?
It's just, I don't want to play the Reaper right now, but...
I know. Yeah.
Like, I want more exhaust.
Yeah, it's curious. Maybe it is Reaper?
I could. That's like I don't wanna is my preface to, but I think I have to.
It's very weird to be here. I think both of us are kind of anchoring on actually Act 1 when we took Reaper and we were like, that's our plan for block. But now our plan for block is dual wield Metallicize, its weakness, its Dead Branch. You know?
Yep.
We're just trying to generate cards. We're just trying. Do
you want to throw out the block potion?
Totally.
Not like it's going to save us more HP later.
Yeah. I guess the one consideration was we wanted to get hit at least 4 times for blood, but we managed to do that.
That's true.
Okay, I love Second Wind. Like, as strong as Rupture is, I love Second Wind, the Rupture, to look at even more stuff.
Okay. I like that as well. The only thing that I'm thinking about right now is, like, the regen potion just goes down this turn.
Yeah, agreed. Majorly. What you got for me? Nice. Sick cards.
Oh, whoa.
Sick card.
Okay, so here's the thing that I want you to talk to me about, because I actually don't know these mechanics perfectly. D-strength, removal of strength on the corrupt heart.
Yep.
When does it purge? At what stage does it purge? Does it purge entirely?
Yep. So the way that it works is every buff stage, the heart first removes their negative strength, as does, like Time Eater, right? And then adds whatever the amount is. So because heart does not have any strength right now, this disarm will not save us any damage in the second cycle, because it will remove the -2 and then add 2 just as it planned to. But what it is potentially another card, like, so I'm still excited about it, honestly, just as a way to keep cycling with Dead Branch. But yeah, unfortunately, it won't stick. Some consideration to leave them to like have next cycle.
That's what I'm thinking, because we do have the headbutt still left in the deck in order to bring it back. We could even dual wield the headbutt to bring 2 of them back if that happens to be the hand.
I think you're right. God, we're about to take 60 damage, man. Oh, was that the reason to leave Reaper? Was to headbutt it and then heal? That's a really scary thought. It's kind of horrifying.
Yep. A lot of things are kind of horrifying me right now.
Well, but it's okay. We're sitting on 16 block right now, right?
It's true. Just a little number down here.
So I think this is still blood for blood bludgeon. I don't know. Maybe we're playing these disarms, man. Maybe we are.
I'm just looking at the amount of extra energy we're throwing away this turn if we don't end up like playing all of these, but we're also weak in this turn, so I don't want to just play all of these.
I think we're playing these disarms. I think you're right. I think we're playing them just to cycle new cards. Reckless Charge is fine, actually, because there it is. What if we go infinite with so unlikely. At least Reckless Charge gives us more cards, right? Because of days. You're going for the Smork.
I mean, it's 65 damage.
It is. It's already a ton, and we should be aggressive. I definitely agree.
Do you also want to throw out the Reckless Charge for that same reason?
I do. Okay. Scary turn, right?
At least we have the extra strength again. Oh, hang on. Wait, is this Hang on.
There's a way.
How?
So first of all, do we get to dupe pot this turn?
And if we dupe pot, what are we dupe potting?
Well, if we do, oh man, good point. How much damage is Sword Boomerang?
So I wasn't even thinking about dupe potting Sword Boomerang. I was thinking about, do we dupe pot the dual wield and try and find a way to play all of the demon fords, chaining them off one another? Like, they become more likely, obviously, with 6 of them in hand, for you to get one of them to cost decrease the other. But if you ever miss, you have a bad time.
That's a good point. We take a ton of damage to play that way. I think that what we're doing is we're playing Ghostly Armor, because we actually do care about the life. We are hold up. We currently have 8 strength. We have 9 next turn, and this is a heart with a damage cap of 300. We should at least give an honest evaluation to, do we try to push 300 damage this turn with Sword Boomerang?
Well,
and it all depends on what's in the draw.
We've got 2 hands left. Dark Shackles is going to be great if we draw it on the right turn. Clothesline's going to be great, but actually we don't have the ability to... Oh, neither of them. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We might have to hold... So some consideration for holding Dupe Pot for clearing artifact and for, like, actually reducing the multi. This is curious. This is one of those positions to where we've drawn Demon Form late enough that it, like, might not be the winning line anymore, you know?
I'm just worried about how do we win without it, because, like, I'm looking at the redraw pile as well, and without it scaling us up, we've got, like, a lot of these weenie attacks in here.
Okay, so let's simplify it. You know, we're making this complex. We have 2 questions to answer. One is, how do we have 2 lines. We either win in the next 2 turns. Let's evaluate if we can. Like, can we do enough damage this turn and next turn to win? Can we do 508 damage in 2 turns?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, because we don't have the right cards in the draw, right?
Yeah, we do have the ability to conjure back 1 card from the discard pile, but, like, is that going to be impactful enough to contribute towards 300 damage on the next turn?
Let's think, because there's a line here where we dual wield Sword Boomerang.
Yeah.
We play, and, like, maybe it's like Ghostly Armor, dual wield Sword Boomerang, and play all 3 of them. How much damage is that? Does that get us within lethal cap?
So Sword Boomerang is 16 by 4, 32, 74. 74 by 4
64.
is... Sorry? 64?
64, right? 16, 32, 64.
Oh, God. I'm just adding an extra 10 in.
Oh, good. I want that extra 10, too. 128. 192 is 3 of them.
That's not even going to be enough to get us within lethal range next turn.
We would have to do the strike alongside, which means we're taking 5 points of beat of death. But then we would be within the 300. We would have played 4 attacks, putting Pen Nib on 5. And it's possible to draw Headbutt and Burning Pact. And then we, like, are trying to duplicate the Sword Boomerang to push out enough damage alongside, like, Pen Nib. This is a promising line, Raps. This is possibly the line.
If it is, you're going to have to walk me through it step by step, because I am not actually seeing these pieces come together in the way that you are right now.
It's
like, I'll say for the record, mine right now is dual wield the demon form, use duplication potion on the first demon form, giving it the second trigger of the cost reduction, so that we possibly get the 3rd demon form, or rather the next 2 demon forms out for a total of 4. Ghostly Armor before we do any of that, though.
My thinking is, realistically, looking at our draw, without the power of the Dupe Pot and or very, very good returns from Exhaust, we're not living through another 2 hits. We're probably not living through another 1 hit. And so finding the line to just turn in your chips, basically, right? To try to go full in becomes the most promising line. The 5 health could matter if it turns out that it's like the single hit, or I guess like the multi-hit, and we are able to get the weakness down, or we find the Dark Shackles. But I think there's a lot of worlds where we, like, really need that Dupe Pot next turn. And if we don't play Ghostly Armor in Daze, we're getting 2 extra cards next turn too. So we're actually on a 7-card draw, which is really good.
So the Corrupt Heart is also picking up 2 artifact, is it, next turn?
2 artifact, that's right.
So the Dupe Potion could be part of using Clothesline and Dark Shackles to still get Shackles. The...
That's right.
Okay, cool. So the play this turn you were looking towards is
Ghostly, dual wield Sword Boomerang. No, I'm not even gonna play Ghostly. We want cards out of it. Yeah, it's and then it's like strike, sword, 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 and that's the whole turn. I think this is our best chance.
Okay.
You're putting your life on the line. I appreciate that faith. I really do. I got a lot of faith. Super scary line.
Ooh, that's a Sword Boomerang.
Oh my God, it's the turn, Raps. I think we can win. So if we now we need to plan the whole thing out from beginning to end. And also we're not far away from being able to block here, depending on what we get. Like Burning Pact, Clothesline is here. If we find Dark Shackles, we can live for a whole extra turn, right? Is there a Dark Shackles behind us?
No.
There's no Disarm either, right?
No, we did take those out as well.
Yeah, which I think was correct.
We're 5 away from the Pen Nib.
Yep. So, but we have a Dupe Pot. So if it's Headbutt, I'm just gonna walk through the line I see before we do it. If it's Headbutt, the Sword Boomerang, and then Burning Pact, Defend, to get the Sword Boomerang. That's 1 card. We're at 6. We play the Sword Boomerang that's in hand. That's at 7. We've played 3 energy now. And we have a Combust in hand as well to try to make something cheap, potentially. We see what Burning Pact gives us.
That'll
if we can
either
get
make
one
the
more,
DB form or that shape.
Yeah. If we can get one more free or cheap attack, then Dupe Pot on the Sword Boomerang gives us the Sword Boomerang on Pen Nib. And that should be enough to do the full 300.
All right, how about we start with the Burning Pact on the defend?
If we do that, then we can't headbutt the
Sword
Sword Boomerang.
Yeah, you're right. We do.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just I want the exhaust to give me more options right now because I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is short. This just is.
I agree.
Oh,
I agree, right? Yeah.
Wait a second.
Okay. Yeah. What else do you see?
Is it Duplication Potion on the headbutt, giving us back double tap and Sword Boomerang, the pre-upgraded double tap? Wait, is that there? No, how did it get burned?
We burned it with Havoc. Wait, no. But you're totally right. Wait, Dupe Pot. This could be deterministic, guaranteed win. Dupe Potting headbutt. What are the cards? There's other stuff too, right? Because we could dual wield something that we hit with Mummified Hand as well, and that's really strong, right? So there's lots of options. There's a drop kick we could bring back to get more attacks in. Like, does that get us there? How much? We're at 9 strength right now, or even just bringing back 2 Sword Boomerangs. Oh my God, that does it. We
double headbutt brings back 2 Sword Boomerangs. We Burning Pact to draw them. Then we can play
Sword Boomerang, Sword Boomerang, Sword Boomerang plus with a Dupe Pot on the last one.
Well, but no, we need to use the Dupe Pot for the headbutt in order to get them both to the top of the deck. So it's 2 triggers of this.
Calc it. Let's calc it. What's the headbutt at?
Third
32?
energy. It goes up to 2. Sword Boomerang
32.
and then headbutt. Yeah, no, the third Sword Boomerang goes off with the double damage from the Pen Nib because we get 2 triggers from the headbutt for the duplication potion.
300?
31. So, hang on. I'm actually gonna write this one down. Where's my
31? What's the Sword Boomerang? We're at 9. Sword Boomerang it did 64 last turn. What is it's 12, 18 by 3, 18, 36, 54 each. But the others are 18, 36, 72 now. 72, 54. And then the next one is 144. So if we played that, 262, 134 plus 54, 188 plus 144 is over 300. That's lethal. That's lethal. Dupe Pot, double headbutt, both Sword Boomerangs, Burning Pact, small Sword Boomerang, big Sword Boomerang, big Sword Boomerang. That's lethal.
Okay.
G.
1.
And there's even a war cry here
2.
if you want to make more stuff.
Oh, of course. You kidding me?
You gotta. Oh my God, what if that was void?
Yeah, I would have played the Twin Strike if it was lethal though. God, if that was void.
Woo! Rhapsody. What a run.
Hell yeah. Oh my God, my heart rate.
Thank you. I am so thankful, because you're the master and commander here, all right? I'm along for the ride. I've got thoughts, I've got strats, but you get to choose. I'm very, very thankful that you put some faith in me to help set that up. You actually found the better option. Duping the headbutt I hadn't gotten there yet. that was really clever.
I'm really used to duping headbutts, not from duplication potions, but from double tapping them. I mentioned before for returning them back to the top of the deck, but also because there was a huge period of time where I was obsessed with just running a deck that would have 1 Pommel Strike, 1 headbutt, 1 rampage, and cut. Yeah. Just cut. And over the period of time that I did that, I learned a lot about double tap, and I learned a lot about headbutt in particular.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we'd done it before. It's just, we talk about the concept of anchoring all the time. And in that fight, we went from planning to set up a ton of powers and then big Reaper to being forced to play the Reaper early to realizing that we needed to win on turn 5, right? And actually, I think with that draw, we could have actually produced a block on that turn too. There really was a line by which we blocked through that turn. But if you can produce lethal, you just do, right? And because of the 300 damage cap, we realized that we could kind of turn in our chips. I'm so glad we did. That was a sweet fight.
Choosing to go for the sub 300 on the previous turn was perfect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen it. I would have gone for the demon forms. I wouldn't have, like, it would have been a situation where, like, if I was the watcher, I might have calculated that, but I was ironclad, and I get stuck in loops with the ironclad where I'm like,
totally.
the damage is what it says on the card.
Yeah. But I think Watcher teaches us that it reminds us that it's fun to produce 144 strength, but sometimes 8 strength is a lot, right? Like, our sword boomerangs were 1 cost and they were doing almost 80 damage. That's crazy. You can win with that.
That was GG. Such a good run. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I say, awesome. Like, this series is, like, reinvigorating my love for Slay the Spire. Like,
I'm so glad.
It's 2,000 hours in, obviously. You end up with a couple periods of lull. And this is very much like an uphill sounds bad. It's very much an upward trajectory for me since this series started.
I'm so glad. It forces you to find the different win. I'm so glad. I'm glad to be here, too. They're fun for me. Okay. Ironclad is my favorite class, so... I particularly like those.
Glad to hear that you're happy to be along for the ride. Hey, Sneaky.
Hey, Rhapsody.
Why don't you tell the people what you do, where you do it?
I do this. This is what I do.
Sneaky plays the ladder streak on YouTube with Rhapsody. You can watch those by subscribing to Rhapsody Plays.
I sometimes also sleep and eat. No, I'm sneakyteak. I'm a full-time broadcaster on twitch.tv/sneakyteak. I also have a brand new YouTube channel with no content. You're more than welcome to subscribe to it in the hope that potentially someday it will get content. I'd really like to. Rhapsody's kind of been my passport to the world of YouTube. I play a lot of strategy games like Slay the Spire. I played Monster Train quite a bit. Frankly, I play a lot of games in general. We've done a Dark Souls run through, Yoku's Island Express recently, a little RimWorld. But I have a particular love for everything tactical and turn-based. It's just something I really enjoy broadcasting. So feel free to swing by the channel, and I'm happy to answer questions about any of these games. I love them a lot, and I really like to help people improve at their play. Speaking of tactical and turn-based, you going to be jumping on Darkest Dungeon 2 when it comes out? Oh gosh, I have to. Darkest Dungeon was part of the beginning of my broadcast. The third day I ever streamed was a Sunday, and it was Darkest Dungeon. And then I did a Darkest playthrough, and then I did a Blood Moon playthrough. It was like the first 400 hours of streaming content for me. So I think I have to. I'm excited to see what they make.
I am equally as excited. It's very much a giant thing looming on the horizon. Although the release of the Butcher Circus and their discussion of what timing might be has made me think that maybe the horizon's a little further around
don't hold
the
your
Earth.
Breath. That's just a good rule, though. Then you aren't disappointed, and devs have all the time they need to make the great game, right? So,
I mean, it's not like we're in any glut of lack of games at the moment.
Oh my God, I just need a 25th hour in the day.
Exactly.
I need more time.
So you can find those over at twitch.tv/sneakyteak, and the link in the description down below. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. His name's sneakyteak. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time on the ladder streak.
Cheers.